Hello friends! Today we have a terrifying story of Kong and Skar King, a story where you have to sacrifice the enemy to save yourself and not let your territory fall into anyone's hands. So please stay with me. The tremors started suddenly, a rhythmic disquietude in the very ground beneath Skull Island. Kong, perched atop the highest peak, felt it resonate through his bones. It wasn't the familiar rumble of a skull-crawler eruption, nor the tremor of a territorial battle. This was a deep, unnatural vibration that sent chills down his spine. Driven by an unseen force, Kong ventured deeper into the island's heart, following the tremor like a macabre compass. The vibrant flora of the hollow earth began to twist, taking on an unnatural luminescence, a sickly pulsating green. The air itself grew thick, heavy with the stench of decay and something far more foul. He found the source in a cavern so vast it swallowed the light, the pulsating green the only illumination. And there, sprawled amidst the dripping stellosities, lay Skar King. But this wasn't the fearsome warrior of legend. A grotesque parody of an ape, Skar King was bloated and misshapen, his once brow fermented with pulsating green growth. His eyes, vacant voice, burned with an unnatural crimson. But the true horror wasn't Skar King himself. Tendrils of the green light writhed from the cavern walls, burrowing into his flesh, puppeteering his every twitch. They snaked towards Kong, whispering promises of power, dominion beyond imagination. All he had to do was yield, become another puppet king in their macabre dance. Kong roared, a challenge that echoed through the cavern. Memories flooded his mind, the warmth of the Skull Island sun, the laughter of his people. Memories that fueled his defiance. He wouldn't become another pawn in this twisted game. The tendrils lash out, coiling around Kong with a sickening crunch. They pulse with an alien energy, draining his strength, filling his mind with visions of a corrupted world where everything bowed before the sickly green light. He saw himself, a monstrous puppet king, leading the charge. The battle that ensued was a horror beyond comprehension. Skar King, a mere puppet, fought with a terrifying ferocity fueled by the unseen entity. Kong fought back, his primal fury clashing with the cold, calculating malice behind the green light. With every blow he landed, the sickly glow intensified, feeding the entity, amplifying its control. As the fight raged, the cavern began to crumble. The tendrils multiplied, wrapping around Kong, encroaching him in place. The whispers grew louder, promising Kong ultimate power, but at a horrifying cost, the complete surrender of his will. Just as this were threatened to engulf him, Kong saw a crack in the cavern wall, a silver of the familiar blue sky. With a final, earth-shattering roar, he channeled his primal energy, focusing it on the crack. It pulsed, a beacon of hope against the encroaching green. The entity shrieked, a sound that ripped through the very fabric of reality. The cavern shuddered, raining down debris. Kong slammed his fist against the crack, channeling all his remaining strength. With a deafening crash, the crack expanded, bathing the cavern in a blinding light. The entity recoiled, its tendrils shriveling. Skar King, the puppet string served, slumped lifelessly to the ground. But the green light still pulsed faintly, a chilling reminder that the entity was merely wounded, not destroyed. Kong, battered and bruised, clambered out of the collapsing cavern. The light of the sun fell like a bomb against the horrors he had faced. He knew this wasn't over. He would be the last bastion, the Skar King who stood guard against the encroaching darkness. The whispers still lingered, faint echoes in the back of his mind, a constant reminder of the terrible power he had faced. But as he surveyed his ravaged island, Kong roared once more, a defiant challenge that echoed across the hollow earth. He wouldn't let the darkness win. He, the last king, would stand his ground. Thank you, dear viewers who watched the story. If you enjoyed today's scariest story, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and write your comments. And I leave it to the great God until Thursday.